Greetings, brothers and sisters. JoJo is, as expected, kind of a disaster for, as a president. He's great for me. Like, keep on doing, JoJo, keep on bringing it, buddy. So he did this today.
This is really important because we believe that speed and efficiency must be matched with fairness and equity. Now, when President Harris and I took
Who are you with? That's
Now, when President Harris and I took
President Harris and JoJo. See, this is what happens when you go all in on something and there's, an afterwards, right? There's a day after. And so the Democrats and the media went all in on getting rid of Trump. Like they just, they savaged everything trying to get rid of Trump. And as much as I believe that things are staged and somewhat scripted, there's some reality to what's actually happened with Trump and how they didn't care. The media and the Democrats didn't care about what happened after, the day after Trump. They just didn't care. And so they thought, I guess, I don't know, that Biden was their best chance for beating him. I'm not sure why that is. Didn't make sense to me. But somehow they got it done. But now they're stuck with JoJo, who keeps on referring to Kamala Harris as the president. I did a video on this, I don't know when it was, during the election process. I'll put that video at the end of this video. When Kamala called it the Biden-Harris administration, there's another video, JoJo said something weird. I can't remember the specifics, but I'll find them both and I'll put those two clips at the end of this video. And this is just one of many things that's going on with him. These alternate dimension microphones and, chaos at the border and them hiding him as best they can, but the media starting to turn on him. And so things are going south for JoJo. Of course, we knew this was going to happen. So I'll put that video at the end of this one. But first, this is an even bigger issue. Sharon Osbourne made a huge reveal today. One of my viewers sent me this today, and I wasn't going to cover it, but this was such a huge reveal. I almost missed it. Like I watched this and I said, I don't want to cover Sharon Osbourne. She deserves whatever she gets. She's just a horrible person. I'm not into the cancel culture, but, she should be canceled just for sucking. But then later that day, I thought about it, came back to me. I said, well, I missed this. I almost missed it.
There was a situation in February. Carrie Ann was given a question to ask Elaine, and Carrie Ann didn't want to ask it, but it came.
So first, think about what she said. Carrie Ann did want to ask this woman, Elaine, the question. They gave her a question to ask one of her co-stars on the show, and she didn't want to ask it, but...
And Carrie Ann didn't want to ask it, but it came from the producers to ask Elaine.
So this is the equivalent of handlers, right? This is something we talk about all the time. So Carrie Ann was given a question. You have to ask this question of your co-star, and the question sucked, which we're going to hear about.
And it was, if black people can use the N-word, why can't white people use the N-word?
I would love to hear what you have.
Yeah, I know why she didn't want to ask the question, right? Like, this is like a huge reveal here.
Why can't white people use the N-word?
I would love to hear what you have to say.
Which is a very naive question to ask. We all know why.
Yeah, no one would ask that question. Certainly on one of these shows. It's a ridiculous question, and they set her up, obviously. But then here's this.
So Elaine got very upset with her response. Carrie Ann started to cry. So we agreed we would never surprise each other with questions if we thought the other one hadn't been prepped. And we said we will never put ourselves in this situation again.
And so why is this such a big reveal? Because the producers of this show, a CBS show, were basically creating drama over race, over a charged question, a question that she knew she shouldn't ask, right? It shows you that these people are considered stars, but all the time they're handled and told what to do. They're managed, and they have words put in their mouths. This was a stupid and naive question, like she said, and everyone knew the answer to it. But they wanted her to blindside the other woman because they wanted the other woman to react in a way that would create some sort of viral moment or some sort of provocative whatever it was, right? Either way, it was setting these people up. It was setting the stars up, right? So much so that they said, all right, we're going to make a pact that if we have to do something like this again, we're going to forewarn the other person. But the producers didn't want that because it's the surprise, the emotional surprise. And the same thing happened to Sharon Osbourne. They ambushed her in her mind, even though she's a horrible person, because that creates a viral moment. It creates buzz, because that's how everything works now on the internet, right? They want viral moments. They want things that stand out. Like the only times they ever cover The View or The Talk is if they have some sort of scandalous viral moment. Like I've made, I don't know, probably about 20 videos on The View. I would never watch The View. It's a horrible programming. But people send me clips or I see headlines. Meghan McCain gets hangry and goes after somebody, right? And so that's what makes these shows pop. No one's going to watch these shows. I mean, they have their fan base. But to draw attention to these shows, any shows, reality TV or any show needs dramatic moments, moments that shock you, moments that make people take notice. And these producers manage it. In this case, they're using race baiting, this question, which is, basically exploiting racism as a way to gain attention for the show, and the producers should be much more up for cancellation based in this story. It's a huge story that these producers created this moment where she felt set up. She's asking a stupid question that she knows is going to trigger somebody, right? Somebody she works with. And so, see, they never go after the producers or the handlers or the people who put these shows together unless they're involved in some sort of illicit accusations. But they're horrible people, right? They are just, they pretend to be into the cancel culture or against racism and things like this, but they exploit people all the time. So this is a very revealing story. Okay, so I have a couple of clips here about President Harris, and I'll add those things right here. Greetings, brothers and sisters. My wife just sent me this. This is JoJo doing another JoJo thing.
But all kidding aside,
the First Lady-to-be told me she holds them for you.
yes, she does. But not with she and Kamala have become friends. Yeah. But all kidding aside.
They're just best buds now. It's just like they were soulmates. They just never knew it until this thing happened, this wonderful event. They're best buds.
It's a matter of the thing. We are simpatico on our philosophy of government and simpatico on how we want to approach these issues that we're facing. And so I don't have, and when we disagree, it'll be just like, so far it's been just like when Barack and I did. It's in private. She'll say, I think we should do A, B, C, or D. And I'll say, I like A, don't like B and C. Mm-hmm. And it's go, okay. I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign. We don't have that. We haven't, and we just.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. Look out, JoJo. Kamala's coming for you. She had let's just see this.
Needs, who understands the dignity of your work and who has your back. A Harris administration together with Joe Biden.
Wait, what?
Sees you, who understands your needs, who understands the dignity of your work and who has your back. A Harris administration together with Joe Biden.
She don't have your back, JoJo. She does not have your back. She's already talking about a Harris administration. What's doubly great is she's reading. This is teleprompter talk. She isn't talking off the cuff. She's literally reading and still called it a Harris administration.
A Harris administration together with Joe Biden. A Harris administration together with Joe Biden. A Harris administration together with Joe Biden. As the President of the United States, the Biden-Harris administration will have access.
Then she quickly does damage control. Like, JoJo's not in the grave yet, right? Or is he?
Provide access to $100 billion in low-interest loans and investments for minority business owners. We will provide $15,000.
See, she's reading. And so, look out, JoJo. Kamala's coming for you. The truth is coming out. She couldn't contain herself. The Harris administration. Oh, yeah, that guy Biden as well. You know, Biden. You know, the guy's running for president. I mean, I jumped ahead of myself a little bit. Only spirituality will save this world, Kamala. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the Apocalypse. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.